Will a single moment lost to time end up spelling death and destruction for the entirety of the human race? Well, let's hop into the pages of Avengers issue number 2 and find out together, shall we? Alrighty then, so picking up directly from where the last issue had left off, Carol Danvers, the brand new chairperson of the Avengers, had attempted to save her team from an exploding reactor. She did this. Unfortunately, the blast was so powerful, she ended up getting sent through time and space to another dimension. Turns out Captain Marvel wasn't even alone in this null dimension, as she ended up coming face to face with a very injured, half-dead Kang the Conqueror. In fact, the Master of Time is in such dire straits right now, he actively goes out of his way to try and cut a deal with Captain Marvel and his most hated foes, the Avengers. What's the deal, you might be wondering? Well, in exchange for help right here, right now, Kang agrees to help Captain Marvel and the rest of the Avengers save 1,000 lives. Specifically, the lives of 1,000 people who will be dying in the next 24 hours, but Kang, with his mastery over the past, present, and future, will be able to tip the Avengers off and help them turn the tide so those people don't have to die. Don't ask any important questions about the efficacy of changing predestined events. You'll just go cross-eyed or maybe get a nosebleed like me. Now, Carol's not dumb and she knows that Kang is one of the worst villains out there, so why the hell should she bother trusting him? Well, as Kang explains, for once in his life, he's actually not the worst time-traveling villain Earth's mightiest heroes are going to have to deal with, and this guy is named Meriden, or again, it's French, so maybe Merdin. Meriden, you may remember from Jed McKay's Timeless one-shot. He's a time-traveling villain too, but with a twist. He's a villain who actually created a team of heroes called the Twilight Court, who, in case you were wondering, are all named after King Arthur's knights and have their powers and personalities seemingly based on the Avengers themselves. Captain Marvel assumes, wait, did the guy who stabbed you, is he just a superhero from the future? Are you trying to get us to fight your enemies? If so, no dice. But the truth is actually a lot more complicated than that. You see, Kang the Conqueror and Meriden are actually after the same thing, the greatest cosmic prize in all of time travel, a missing moment from history. Of such unknowable grand power and import, Kang says that if Meriden gets his hands on it, he'll destroy basically everything that's ever been or ever will be. And again, just the fact that Kang is rattled by this should probably tell you everything you need to know, but he's not done talking yet. Kang says that Meriden, the Twilight Court, the missing moment, they're just the harbinger of something even worse, even bigger, something called the Turbulent Trials. Basically, several giant, potentially world-ending events that are going to be happening very soon to test the hero's mettle. These Turbulent Trials all have fun code names too, like the King of Magic, the Death Moon, the Cannibal Culture, the Endless Night, and the Impossible City, which according to Kang before he passes out, is actually the first one to come. Now, because the events of this issue are told out of order, much like the previous one, we do actually know that Captain Marvel does manage to escape with Kang in tow. And surprise, surprise, but his future intel actually ends up being 100% on the money. Because of it, Black Panther is actually able to stop a Hydra hostage crisis in Latin America. Thor stops a train derailment in India. Iron Man and Vision are able to stop a plane crash. Hell, in a surprisingly touching little aside, Captain America Sam Wilson manages to save 43 lives from a disastrous traffic crash caused by a jittery trucker on speed who would have fallen asleep behind the wheel smuggling much-needed medical supplies across America. Sam comes to this dude as a friend and even agrees to help drive his rig to where it needs to go. Yeah, Sam Wilson can drive rig, everyone. Apparently he paid his way through college doing just that. Now, getting the Avengers all over the known world to stop these crises before they happened wouldn't be possible without the magical assistance of the Scarlet Witch, who has set up shop in her own little magical splinter room called, get this, the Jarvis Lounge. Aw, how very cute. I'm sure the butler would love knowing that he got honored by Wanda in such a way. Now, what about Captain Marvel while all of this is going on? Well, it seems that she's been absolutely pinned to security footage of Kang's hospital room. Yep, that's right, Kang will live. And when he does, Captain Marvel and the rest of the Avengers are going to have a lot of very difficult questions for him to answer, as the comic comes to a close to a strange mass of twisted metal ends up reaching Earth's atmosphere. Apparently, this thing is the Impossible City, meaning once again another one of Kang's prophecies has come to pass, and perhaps a little too soon for our heroes. And so that was Avengers issue number 2, everybody, and once again, I think Jed McKay is actually doing a really good job here, weaving a bunch of different Avengers stories together. Obviously, this is a team book, but the fun thing about this issue is we actually get to see how they all act individually while also serving a higher, more Avengers-centric purpose. Avengers. I'll also be the first to admit whenever there is a Kang-centric story, my eyes tend to glaze over. I don't know what it is about comic Kang that I've always found just a little bit impenetrable, maybe even a little boring. So I'm pretty thankful that Jed MacKay here isn't actually making him the villain in his big debut Avengers arc. If anything, he's just the inciting incident and jumping off point. Hell, with all the help he provided to the Avengers this issue, he's basically a new member. Of course, with Kang, there's always wheels within wheels, and I'm sure there'll be a price to pay for actually using his intel to save all of those people. I think it actually served as a really nice character piece for Captain Marvel as a character and showed that she's going to be a different sort of Avengers leader that we've seen in the past. I don't think Iron Man or Cap would have taken Kang's chronal bribe in this issue, or at the very least, I think they would have thought about it more, but Carol was pretty gung-ho once she realized the intel was good. I'm interested to learn a little bit more about Meriden and the missing moment that apparently is so important to all of these different time travelers. Him and the whole Twilight Court actually have pretty interesting designs attached to them, and I like the idea that a villain created a team of heroes to serve his goals. I think when they finally do meet the Avengers, it's going to make for a very interesting confrontation. Overall, I think I'd feel comfortable giving this one another positive 8 out of 10. I think so far Jed MacKay's doing a good job here. His Avengers run feels big, but not too big. We're getting to see the group work as a team, but we're also getting to see them work as individuals. And overall, I would say there's just something kind of nice and refreshing about the whole thing.
Hey there everyone, it's your old pal Cape Joel again, thanking you so much for watching to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, why not check out my Amazon link down in the description. Yes, that's right, the Cape Joel channel officially has its own Amazon storefront now. You can pick up a comic or anything else for that matter, and if you did, you'd really be helping me in the channel. So with that out of the way everyone, I will see you again next time. Bye-bye.